Thank you for that introduction. Been a project manager with Ryan for about 9 years. Sometimes I feel more like a project wrangler, but really fun job and get to work with a lot of different individuals, architects, engineers, subcontractors. Today I'm going to tell you about the project I'm currently working on, the City of Austin Planning and Development Center, and the Blackwater water reclamation system we're incorporating in the project. I'll tell you a little bit about Ryan, a little bit about our project, and then I'll go into the system, how we've incorporated it into the project, and what our next steps going forward as we get closer to turnover of the building will be. About Ryan, we're founded in 1938 up in Hibbing, Minnesota. We've got about 1,200 employees around the country. Our Austin office we just opened up about 7 years ago, and we're really starting to hit our stride here. We are a developer, design, build contractor, and we're fortunate enough to be able to do that on this project with the city as well. We are a developer, designer, builder, and we'll actually sell the project back to the city once it's complete. So, unique delivery method that we're executing and excited about. The Study and Development Center is about 250,000 square feet with a 969 stall parking garage. Again, we are a developer, design, builder, tracking for completion and sale to the city at the end of May 2020. This photo here, you kind of see our current status. The office structure is complete. We're working to enclose the building, keep all of the rain out for now. And then we're also starting to erect the precast structure. So about our system. When we first started the project, Austin Water expressed interest in incorporating the Blackwater system into the project. We sent out an RFP. The criteria for that RFP was a 50,000 gallon per day system. Wanted to recycle toilet water and recycle it for reflush. The goal was to reduce bottled water consumption by 60 to 70%. So, I've never done one of these before. It was a unique process for me. We sent out an RFP, kind of shot it out there to who we could find, and kind of found what we got back. So we got some vendors that were going to provide kind of a kit of parts, design, and hey Ryan, you guys go out, you buy all this stuff, assemble it, and hope it works. Also got some other bids from more of a turnkey vendors, design build approach, where they would design the system, procure and assemble all the materials, deliver it to site, help us with startup and commissioning. And that's the path we went down. We ended up selecting a vendor called Sustainable Water out of Glen Ellyn, Virginia. So far it's been a great process. I've learned a ton, and we are about halfway into production of our Blackwater system right now. So exciting times. This is the process flow diagram that Sustainable Water came up with, and just a disclaimer, I'm confident that most people in this room know more about this than I do. Our process, we go through a primary screening to get the solids out of the water, go into a series of tanks, pre-anoxic, hydroponic, which is my favorite because it has plants growing in it, post-anoxic, and membrane filtration, and then through a disinfection system into a day tank that sends it back to the building for flushing. So we got through this process, you know our process flow, that's great, but what does this thing look like? And where are we going to put it? So next I'm going to tell you about how we incorporate it into our project. So where does it go? We're maxed out on parking. We're maxed out on office square footage. We can't take up any of that. So we spent a lot of time trying to figure out where to put this system. Some of the considerations and opportunities we were up against. System is about 40 by 40 feet. How do we conceal it yet make it visible so that Austin Water can market this system in the future to other developers? We need to consider future maintenance and operations of the system. Do we put it in the ground or above grade? And also schedule. If we put it in a spot where we're waiting on the system to come to site, does not allow us to continue building the actual building we need to. We had to factor that in. How does the schedule impact our project? So our outcomes from those discussions, we decided it was best to give the system its own space. Let's not try and shove it into a closet and make the system fit our building. Let's give it its own space. So we decided to locate the system above grade, outside of the office and parking structure. We decided to prefabricate the system off-site as much as we could. And you can see here in this photo, we basically have a maintenance building, prefabricated, and all those tanks I described that do the magic process of recycling the water. Two separate buildings interconnected together. The pumps and skids are in the mechanical building that feed into the tank building. So prefabricate, we're going to deliver it to site, drop it in, and hook up our sanitary or water lines or electrical connections. Basically like a plug and play system. It's very fortunate. I'm glad we were able to make this work this way. We get to assemble this thing off site in a controlled environment, make sure our quality for this system is as high as it can be, and bring our utilities to a specific point and connect once it's on site. So where did we land with this location of the system? We ended up locating it in the courtyard between the office and garage, in a location where visitors can see it. We'll walk down the fire lane over a bridge over the system, look down at the system, look down at the plants that are helping that biological process of recycling the water, and then continue down into the main courtyard area of the building. So some design lessons learned so far. Meet with TCEQ early and often. Determine your permitting process. Depending on the end user, it can be a long process, but fortunately, working with Kevin and Catherine, we were able to meet with TCEQ early on in the project and outline our permitting process. We are currently in process of our TCEQ permit review and hoping to get that sometime next month. Second lesson learned, set up your utilities so that you can isolate the system. In case the system ever goes down or needs maintenance, we've installed some valves in our sanitary system that we can valve off the system, isolate it, send our sanitary to the normal sanitary sewer so that we're not 100% dependent on this system to shed sanitary off our site. Third lesson learned, a lift station likely will be required. Because we decided to locate this above grade, our sanitary comes into a lift station, which also serves as our primary screening, pumps it into the system. If we had done this all by gravity, our system would have ended up about 20 feet below grade, where it's not visible, it's hard to maintain, it's hard to operate. Prefabricate as much as possible is my words of advice. It's been a blessing that I don't have to teach a plumber who's never done a Blackwater system how to put it together. I've got experts at an off-site location putting this together for me. It's been about 1 year from the time we selected the vendor till the system will show up on site. So again, some long lead here. Meet with TCQ early and select your vendor early. The last lesson learned, this is kind of a story I'll tell you. So I got the schedule from my vendor, and I'm a construction guy, so I'm all about the end date of building turnover. Half the turnover on your end date. And I see their commissioning schedule, and it's 4 months after the building's turned over. So I call them up right away, but this can't happen. We can't turn over the system after we turn over the building. And they said, Matt, you gotta have people to feed the system. Oh, okay. It makes sense. You need people to flush the toilets, to recycle the water. So when you're planning your schedule to your project, factor that in. It's not gonna be fully operational day one of turnover. There's a whole biological process, growing bacteria that has to occur within the system for it to be fully functional. So last, what are our next steps? As you guys saw, we're about halfway through construction. Hoping to get our TCEQ permit next month. We're gonna do a prefabrication site visit. We're gonna go to the plant, see this system being fabricated in September. The system is due to show up October of this year. Once it shows up, we'll start hooking up, do as much pre-functional testing as we can, get it ready, so when we do have folks move in, we are ready to start ramping up the biological process. And I apologize, these last two dates should be May of 2020 and August of 2020. So bio ramp up, once people move in, we'll start ramping up the biological process. And the goal is for full wastewater flow, full water recycle from our system in August of 2020.